This is the kind of content people want to see from me, right? Nearly 2 months solid of doing nothing but hell diving. What can I say? It drives a woman to drink. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream, folks. Hope you're doing fantastically well today. Yes, we are finally doing another hand cam stream for the first time this year. We did do some last year on this table, but it was a while ago. My god, it has been a while. Hold on, I need to tell people making brews. We'll see. But yes, welcome folks. Hope you're all doing well today. I picked up another hobby. It's completely fine. This is completely fine and normal behavior. This is definitely not a cry for help. I don't even drink that much, and yet here we are. Today we're gonna do something a bit weird, and then I don't know. Maybe we'll end up playing some. Maybe we'll end up playing some Helldivers afterwards. Depends on how quickly I get through this, because I could absolutely blitz this. But I want to have some fun with it as well. I don't want to just completely go bush, do all of the brewing, and then take all the fun out of it. No, I figure, you know what? I've got another ridiculous hobby. I say hobby as if I've not done it like literally just once. But yeah, why not just do a freaking stream about it? Show it off to people. What crazy stuff you can do. It's fun. It's fine. It's normal. My god, that's a lot of honey actually. But yeah, so the plan today, we're making 2 different alcoholic beverages from scratch by myself. Okay, well, not from scratch. I've not got, you know, bees or maple trees, well, fortunately I don't have my own yeast. I had to buy the yeast, so you know that's a good thing. God. So yeah, we're making some alcohol from scratch today. It's gonna be completely fine and normal and good. So I've got plans for 2 different things today, as can be seen here. So number 1, I've got a family pack of honey. Yeah, honey. Yeah, it's honey. Let's see. Blend of honeys from more than one country / blend of non-EU honeys packed in the UK. Also, do not give to infants under 12 months of age. I don't think once I'm done with it, I'll be able to give it to children under 18 years of age. Or maybe 21, depending on where you happen to be. I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to use this honey. We've got 720 grams of the stuff. And we're going to try and turn this into mead. We've also got some dark maple syrup. Yes, which supposedly, look, there's a little maple leaf right there. Canadian, 100%. Dark color, a robust taste. Also, yeah, these are the same brand. Like, this was not intentional. These are the same brand of honey and maple syrup. That, I promise, that was not intentional. It's just a happy accident. There's only 250 mils of maple syrup here. So, I mean, obviously we're going to probably be able to make quite a bit more honey than we will maple syrup. But yeah, no, we're gonna figure out what we can do with this. This is I've been looking forward to this. Like, wait, actually, hold on. When did this stuff arrive? I think the stuff that I've got, yeah. So the yeast, and I was lazy and I also bought this big funnel, which will be very handy for pouring liquids of large quantities. Yeah, I bought them online because I'm lazy. I didn't even like pay enough to get free shipping. I was just like, you know what? I don't know for sure how long I'm going to be into this hobby. And I also didn't know how long yeast was going to last. So I thought to myself, right, it's fine. Just order it online. Don't worry about it. It'll come when it comes, and you can decide what you want to do with it then. But the thing is, if you actually have a little look, I don't know how you can see here. The use by date. Best before end. June 2016. June 2016. So I've got 100 grams of wine yeast and nutrient. I made sure to get nutrient as well. And yeah, I've got 100 grams of the stuff, and apparently I need to use it in like 4 months. And it's like 1 teaspoon per 4.5 liters of juice. So I'm gonna be making somewhere in the region of 20. What's 25 times? That's like 125 liters of alcohol I can make with this. Also, Kem, hello Kem, good to see ya. Hopefully you're doing well today. Good to see you're branching out to some of my domain. You do alcohol? You do alcohol? That's so cool. That is genuinely so cool. Yeah, no, this is something that I literally just picked up. Best before dates don't really mash on dried products. You're not wrong. It does reduce the effectiveness, but you know, I'm gonna go on the rant. I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself. Oh my god, the rant. If you've been on my Discord, you'll have seen me ranting about it. Yeast makes no sense. Okay? Yeast makes absolutely no sense at all. You're a chemist, of course you craft your own beers. That makes sense. That does make sense, actually. But yeast, it's ridiculous. It's insane. There's like no logic or chemistry, or well, there is, but there's no standards behind how much yeast you add to things. Like some people swear by adding a certain amount, and then some people say no, if you put in that much it'll ruin it, put in less. And then they go, no, if you put in less then it's got a chance to become like, have like bad bacteria and stuff grow in it, and that's bad. So don't do that. Use this much. And it's just like, but I also see like, yeah, just you can put in like 2 grams, you can put in 4 grams. It's completely arbitrary. It makes no sense. Yeast makes no sense. It is magic little microbe creatures, and I hate them. Yeast isn't standardized because they can increase the number by themselves. I mean, that's true. Use as little as you can get away with, but the amount isn't that important. Yeah. But like this is it. This is kind of like part of why I want to do this, because I'm a good cook. I like to think I'm a good cook. I can cook. I can't bake. Okay? Anything that involves yeast is a problem to me. It makes no sense. I do not understand. It does not behave the way that I understand chemicals or the laws of physics to operate. It is biology, it is squishy science, and it makes absolutely no sense. Which is why I'm doing this. Well, it's not really why I'm doing this. I did this because I found a YouTube video and I thought it was cool. And I was like, you know what? Making my own alcohol would be fun. But the lore reason why I want to do this is that I want to befriend. I want to befriend the microbes, is what I want to do. I'm going to make friends with the microbes. Me and them, we can be friends. We're going to have some fun together. Wine yeast for a mead, good pick. I had a little look for that myself. I was thinking to myself, we've got a lot of high fructose things that we're making out of. And I mean, like, I'm sure grapes have a lot of fructose in them compared to, you know, beer yeasts. So wine yeast, yeah, better choice for it, my thought. I'd use warm fermenting ale yeast to augment some of the fun fruity flavors. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Knowing my luck, I'm just gonna get completely into this. Like, I'm gonna get started and then I'm gonna be stuck on it, and then that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be stuck doing this. Like, I'm gonna have like bottles and bottles of this stuff just everywhere. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be an experience. But yeah, so we're gonna give this a shot today. It'll be fine. It'll be completely fine. It'll be fun. So, I'm thinking what we want to start off with is the honey. I want to try and turn this, of course, into a nice mead. It'd be very nice. I've got tons of it, 720 grams. I can turn that into something rather delicious. So I've been a little bit ambitious for this. And for each of the... Oh, where's the lid? Hold on, did I leave the lid? I left the lid, didn't I? Yeah. So anyway, I'll go get it later. I'll use this for the honey, and then I'll use this one for the mead. That's totally fine. But yes, so for each of them, I've got a 3-liter bottle. I'm not planning on filling all the way up because, as I understand it, yeast is a very aggressive creature and it likes a little bit of space to roam. So I'm only planning on making about 2 odd liters worth of honey. And literally as much maple syrup as I can get away with, which I think will just be about 1 liter, something like that. We'll get to do the numbers because yeah, we're not just putting liquids in a bottle and calling it done. No. I have tricked you all here. This is not merely a food stream. This is a math stream. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Any excuse for me to do maths, I am happy. I'm very happy. Depending on the alcohol, you hope to achieve ale yeast can work. Oh, depending on the alcohol content you hope to achieve, ale yeast can work, but I usually stall around 14% with ale yeast. That sounds about right. Yeah, like around 13% is about as much as like typical yeasts can produce. Although I do understand there's ways of getting kinds of yeast that can go up to 18% on their own. But I'm not being quite that ambitious. I'm happy just to go up to 13%. So we're gonna call it mead, made from the honey, and we're gonna call it, what would it be? Like I suppose a maple wine? Maple wine sounds about right. If you have champagne yeast, you can crack over 25%. Ooh. Okay, I'll maybe keep that in mind then. That's interesting. Maybe for a future project, we'll go for a much higher percentage, but my god, the amount of honey that's going to that. Anyway. So. Before we get started making the mead, which is going to go into this bottle because it's got a cap, I figure that this much water is going to be enough for 1, but not 2 of these bottles. So I don't want to go using too much, or rather, I don't want to worry too much about it. I'm gonna go fill that back up later, and at that time we'll get the lid for the other bottles, so that's fine. But yes, before I can actually get started on turning this delicious honey into alcohol, we have to do maths. Oh, any excuse to do mathematics makes me happy. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. Right. So I've got my whiteboard. Let's do some planning. So. Couple of facts and figures that we need to start out with. We can't see the whole board here. Yes, I'm about here, so I'm just going to draw a little line here so I don't go off the side. That's fine. So. Important number 1. What we're going to be doing is converting sugar into ethanol. What could possibly go wrong? Sugar to ethanol. The thing is, it's not a one-to-one relationship. It's not a one-to-one relationship. Now, I'm not a chemist, and I'm not a biologist, so I have no idea what all these fancy words mean. But thanks to someone, or rather, because we can blame someone. Stoichiometry. That's an interesting term. Wow. But yeah, thanks to someone who I don't care enough to learn the name of, we know that this has an efficiency rating of, in theory, what is it? 52%. 52% efficiency. We can't beat 52%. in practice, apparently you can only get like 43 to 48%. So what I'm going to be doing is assuming that for every 100 grams of sugar, we are going to get 48 grams of ethanol. No, grams is probably not the most accurate way of representing it. Grams, milliliters, it's close enough to water. So it's basically 48 milliliters, thereabouts. That's fine. Is that 52% by mass or 52% by moles? I think it's by mass. Pretty sure it's by mass. We're not going to that degree of chemistry here, Chem. That's your territory, not mine. Not my problem. One day we'll maybe be a bit more rigorous about it, but yeah, I've not done chemistry for a while. And is that for sucrose or honey? God. Right, you're getting way more into the chemistry than I can do. And this is another one of my complaints, because I am not kidding. I spent, and I wish I was joking here, an entire day researching all of this and everything that's going to be coming. Researching what the conversion rate from sugar to ethanol is, because I just saw this random number. There was no justification for it. You want, like, seriously, it was literally presented to me as, you want 21 grams of sugar for every 1% of alcohol. And that was it. No explanation beyond that. That was it. That was the only figure I was given. So I had to literally reverse engineer the logic. For saying, yeah, so it's 21 grams produces 10 mils of ethanol, which is 1% because 10 milliliters is 1% of 1 liter. So it's 21 grams per 1% ethanol per liter. But I couldn't find that written nicely anywhere. I'm not kidding. I spent hours trying to figure this out. I assume it's for specific gravity. Yes, we are doing specific gravity. I can do that much at least. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating. Seriously, like, I do know there's chemistry behind it. In the job before the one that I'm doing right now, I had the absolute pleasure of speaking to an actual brewing company and asking them about their process. And I learned so much interesting stuff about it. It was so cool hearing about the things that we're doing to, like, age their spirits to produce, like they like built their own custom continuous still. It was so interesting. It was so cool learning all about it, and that's kind of part of what led to me going, maybe I can make my own alcohol one day. But my god, like, it's even the basic stuff, like, you can tell that this is something that someone's been told. What to do, but they don't actually know the mathematical or chemical rigor behind it. It's all just airy-fairy, wibbly-wobbly ideas, and it's very frustrating. Mixture of ethanol and water has a different density than the same amount of pure ethanol and pure water on their own, so the calculation is not simple. I know. Believe me, I know. It's so different. But the thing is, there's no documentation behind any of this. Honestly, I'm impressed I've been able to get my process or my calculations down as well as I did. I'm not kidding, I had this whole whiteboard scribbled in, like, words like this size to be able to make sense of the maths behind it all. That's the size that I was aiming for. Or that I had, rather. And half of this board, I'm not kidding, full half of this board was just trying to figure out how many individual grains of yeast I needed That's what I was aiming for. That's what I was going for. And it did not work. I could not get it to work. It was painful. So, yeah. I need a better source, is what I need. If I could get like a really good source that actually broke down all the chemistry, I would be so happy, because I love figuring this stuff out. It's so satisfying to me. It really is. But there's just no good sources for it, or at least not that I could find. Lots of scattered bits of information, but most of it is very, very imprecise. It's a very imprecise science, which it doesn't help the frustration that I feel like in general. Anyway, we're going to simplify this. It's fine. We're going to simplify this down to, as suggested, 21 grams of sugar will produce 10 milliliters of ethanol, which is 1% alcohol by volume per liter. Pretty much. So, non-chemist scientist tries homebrewing as science and not as vibes is a great pitch for a series of streams. That's basically what I'm doing just now. That's basically what I'm doing. And I'm also dealing with non-chemists, non-scientists who have been brewing and them having absolutely no documentation. It's so stressful. So honestly, like, if this works at all, I'm going to be happy. Like, I'll have alcohol that'll literally do me months, if not, like, years knowing me. Anyway, we've got 21 grams of alcohol per 10 milliliters, produces 1 unit of alcohol, or 1% of alcohol per liters. We're aiming, we're going for 13%, which is roughly yeast limit. 13% being roughly yeast limit. I'm not going to try and go any higher than that. That's fine. So. We're using not sugar. We're using honey. And there's a bit of a difference between sugar and honey, as Kem has pointed out. Brewing can be done as a science, but I know enough about chemistry to know that working with natural products like yeast and honey always means enough in accuracy and measurements not to measure much. You're not wrong, but you're absolutely not wrong. I'm having fun with this on my first shot. If I get to put maths into something, I'm happy. That's all I need in life, is maths. So we're doing very rough literally back of the label calculations here. If I can get close enough, I wonder if you can see. You can't see, it goes fuzzy. Yeah, so per 100 grams, grams of honey, there is 79.7 grams of sugar. So we're not going to be wanting this many grams of honey, like 21 grams of honey. We're going to be wanting some amount more than that of sugar. So it is, let's see, 0.797 to 1 sugar, which is totally fine. We can work with that. 80% sugars, 9% other carbohydrates that can ferment or not, depending on too many factors to list them all out. So true, so true. Okay, so this is the ratio of sugars than honey to sugar on its own, which is totally fine. So if we're after 13%, then that should be 21 times 13, which is 273 grams of sugar. But we don't want sugar, we want honey. So honey volume, or mass rather, is going to be 273 grams divided by 0.797. And I've not done this calculation already because I didn't know the exact composition of this honey. So we are going to be bringing out a glorious, glorious friend of mine. A wonderful friend of mine who... Wait, why is that? Oh, that's just... I'm on the wrong screen. I'm so clever. Wow, Mel, you're so clever. You're so smart. You had a different table already set up in thingamajiggy. We've got a calculator. We've got a calculator. It's wonderful. So yeah, this is going to do the calculation for me. 273 divided by 0.797 gives me a number that's gone off the side. 342.5 something of alcohol, of sugar rather. This is good. Wait, can I move this? I can move this, right? I can, but no, it's in the way of everything. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, hold. You go up here. Go up here. There we go. Out the way. Notice how one corner between the 8 and 9 is misaligned by 1 pixel. Where's the 8 and the 9? I can't see it. Stop trying to stress me out. Stop trying to stress me out. Anyway, let's see. 342.5 grams of honey per liter, which is very nice. Very handy. So I have 720 grams, roughly. So let's see. 720 grams divided by 342.5. Let's see. We'll do divided by 720. 1 over answer is 2.1. 2.102 liters is how much alcohol or how much volume I'll be able to make. Up around the corner of the calculator between the 8 and the 9. I have no idea how you can see that. I can't see. I have no idea. No, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. I'm sorry. One corner between the 8 and the 9 is misaligned by 1 pixel. Nope, my brain isn't parsing. Sorry. So we know roughly how much the maximum amount is going to be. The problem being that we don't actually know the volume of this. Well, we do kind of know the volume. Let's see. So we need to take the total volume is this. So volume total is that. But we need to figure out the volume of the honey, which is going to be based on the specific mass, which is what you mentioned before there, Kim. The 8 and 9 buttons on the calculator, upper corner, along those 2 buttons, that corner is misaligned. Oh, right, yeah. Like, these buttons here are misaligned compared to these buttons. Oh, God, yeah. That's so annoying. I just noticed. Painful. It's painful. But yeah, to figure out the volume of the honey, we need to know what the specific mass of honey is. Specific mass of honey, I've got noted down. It's 1.415. You can see this, good. I'm just gonna make a bit more space so you can see the next layer. That should do. So the specific mass of honey being 1.145, all this basically means is that honey is 41.5% more dense than water. So like the specific mass of water is 1 by definition. And we're going to be adding a lot of water to this, funnily enough. We're going to be adding a lot of water to it. So yeah, we need to figure out what the volume of the honey is going to be. So volume of this much honey is going to be the mass of honey, 342.5, divided by 1.415, which I can calculate. 342.5 divided by 1.415 is a number that's gone off the side because water anythings, which is 242.05 milliliters per liter, notably. Right. So that's milliliters per liter. But we've got 2.102 liters. So VH tot is 242.05 times 2.102. We're definitely going into way too much detail here. I don't need to do all this. I just want to. I like numbers, okay? I'm a simple woman. Homegirl haven't heard of or is ignoring the effects of molecular packing dynamics in liquid mixtures. Girl is aware of this. Girl is very aware of packing and volumes and the way that dilution affects is like, it's not like equal to the volume of the two fluids. I'm definitely taking this too seriously. We're having fun here. God. Right, it's fine. It's fine. So we got 242.05 times 2.102. That does not add the 2, did it? That's fine, whatever. The 2 makes next to no difference. So that's 508.3 milliliters, which is going to be the entirety of this. Supposedly. I mean, I could have worked that out, because I could have just gone 720 divided by 1.415. Let's see. 720 over 1.415 is 508.3. Well, 508.8, but still. Are you measuring volumes in STP or SATP? Yeah. I see. So yeah, I could have saved the whole hassle with that by just figuring out what the volume of this was. Still. Now that we know what volume this has, this is fine. This is much better. Yeah, I'm taking this way too seriously, aren't I? I'm taking this way too seriously. Dear. Okay. So volume honey is 508.8. So then the water, we need to know how much water we're adding. We need, let's see, so this is 2.102 minus 0.5088, which is totally fine. I'm not even going to do that. 2.102. No, not that. 102. Thank you very much. Subtract 5. Oh, no. 0.5088 is 1.6. Or close enough. Which is 1.593 liters water. Right. So that's all the math done. We know how much there is in here, how much water we need to add. Oh, you can't see. We're done. We're done. Calculator can go. There we go. So yeah, we know how much honey we have. We know how much water we need. The one thing that I can't get for absolute certain, unfortunately, is exactly how much wine yeast is necessary. Fortunately, there's a way that we can do a little calculation for this too, which will guide me in the right direction. And, oh, well, the honey's on the floor. Thank goodness I didn't open it already. Right, so we're going to take this way too seriously, okay? We're still taking this way too seriously. So, according to the instructions on the wine yeast, we need to use 2 to 4 grams per 4.5 liters. Cool beans. Okay. We are not doing 4.5 liters. We are doing 2.102 liters of the mix there. So the question is, how much is going to be there? Fortunately, we can do maths. So we're going to do 2 to 4, rather, is in ratio to 4.5 liters, which means X is 2.102 times somewhere between 2 and 4 divided by 4.5. Which is totally fine. Let's see, 2.102 times 2 divided by 4.5 is 0.9342 repeating. So it's 0.9342 repeating all the way up to you can just see this, 1.8684 repeating. So basically we want between 1 and 2 grams, which is basically between 1/4 to 1/2 a teaspoon TSP. And that basically indicates a range. I could, and I was thinking earlier on today, do I want to do that to reverse engineer the exact number of how many yeast I can estimate there is based on that recommendation? No, don't want to. Just remember that mead was being brewed before written language ever existed. You'll do just fine. Yeast being one of the oldest alcohols ever brewed, if not the oldest. Oldest evidence of mead brewing we have predates all known written language by around 4 millennia. Sounds about right. I'm touching history right here. I can reach out and I can grasp history. Well, grasp some honey. But did the ancients have access to a blend of honeys from more than one country / blend of non-EU honey? I don't think so. We're doing a world first here, as far as I'm concerned. Well, it's a world first for me. I'll take it. So, we've done our math. We know how much honey we've got. We know how much water we need. And we know how much yeast we need to add. So I'm gonna take this and put it over here, out of sight of you guys, so that we can get started. So, first things first. We have our bottle. We have our jug. I'm gonna put them around this way. That's fine. We're gonna start. Considering we need how much? How much do we need? Sorry. Just over 1.5 liters of water added into this jug first. So we're gonna start by, just move this into a better position. We're gonna fill this up, 500 mils, put it into the bottle, then we add the honey. So now we get to do this from behind the camera. I better have enough water, seriously. So we want 1/2 liter. That's about right. Wonderful. And now, this is what I bought a funnel for. Except I don't think I can get the camera high enough to really appreciate the funnel. Wait, there we go. Right, I can get it high enough to appreciate the funnel. I spent good money on this goddamn funnel, and I'm gonna get my money's worth, I swear. Right, in you go. What is this? I came here for alcohol, not math. Good to see ya. Tough. If it's me, I will find a way to make it mathsy, because maths is fun. Anyway, we have our water, which is lovely. Now, it's time for the honey. Oh yeah, hopefully you're doing good, Valana. Lovely, it's got a nice seal on it. Let's just pick that open if I can. And we want every drop of this lovely honey. Okay, I'm gonna have a little taste of the honey that's on the lid, because like the lid of life. Yep, that's honey. It's a little it's quite safe honey. Like, you know, sometimes you get honey and it's just like really poppy rich kind of thing. This is just honey. It's very notably honey. It's a blend, so there's not going to be anything like really kind of notable about it. Tastes kind of like candy apple, actually. It tastes like candy apple, is what I'd say. Yeah, bit of apple in there. That's interesting. But yeah, aside from that, nothing fancy, just honey. Popping in during lunch. Oh, good. Hope you enjoy your lunch and hope you've got a good day ahead of you there. And Legend Super Lesbian, good to see you as well. You missed the maths. Hold on. I think you missed the maths. Look at this. Look at the maths that we just did on stream. It was very fun. We figured out exactly how much sugar I had and how much I needed. Great. Right. So now we need to add the honey, and I think I can just add it directly. I don't think I need to use the funnel for it. That might be overkill. So let's go crazy. Is this mead? This is going to be mead. Oh, while we're adding this, oh my god, it drops right to the bottom. It's not kidding around. While we're adding this, and I did just realize that I'm going to be adding more honey than there is water in this, so maybe I'll add a bit more water. I did go out of my way to go to the supermarket and see if I could get my hands on some juniper berries. I literally tried. I promise you, I tried to find juniper berries, but there's no juniper berries. Like, I saw there was a section on the shelf that said juniper berries, but they were all gone. Some Skyrim-loving bastard has been to the supermarket and bought out all the juniper berries. It's not the season for them. I don't think supermarkets care about the season, Valana. I genuinely don't. I don't think they even know what seasons are. It was just like a sad little display that had leftover Valentine's Day stuff sitting about. so it did. Kind of sad, actually. Yeah, I'm getting a wee bit concerned about how much honey there is in here. Like, if we come down, look at this. Look at this. So much honey at the bottom. It's so thick. It's not even moving. It's just sunk to the bottom. Oh God. Right, I think we need to add some more water. I think some more water will make this go down a little easier. So we've added 500 ml so far. Let's add another 500 ml. I'm going to measure this outside the camera, so you'll have to trust me a little on this. Just a little bit. Here we go. That's like about 500 ml, don't you think? Wonderful. Right. Funnel back on. Let me get my money's worth. Money shot, if you will. Add more. Well, actually, would this be the honey shot? Oh, I'm so cunning. Oh dear. Right, okay. That's all that's done is add more water to the top. I'm still mildly concerned about whether this is going to mix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid on it. We're going to give it a little shuffle, and see if we can get some of this to dilute. Yeah, look at, oh God, look at that. Yeah, the bottle's slightly marbled. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah. That's what we're here for. You just wanted to use the funnel again. I did. Can't help but notice there's still a little bit of like honey sludge at the bottom that doesn't seem like it wants to dissolve. So I think this might be super saturated, actually. I think we're at full saturation of honey in the liquid that's available. And yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get some more. Right, that's dissolving a bit better now. Just need a bit more force. That's good. Right, oh, that's a beautiful color right there already. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Right, okay. Keep at it with the honey. Keep adding more honey. Give it a good squeeze. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's better. Squeeze. So much fun. Seriously, like this, I would recommend doing this just because it's a stupid amount of fun. Like, ignore the numbers. Like, if you want some numbers, I'll give you numbers and you can just go for that. But yeah, apparently I'm way overthinking things, so don't worry about it too much. Hello, Sid. Good to see ya. Hopefully all is good. Don't you need to check people's IDs before they're allowed in here? I don't think you need to do that. We're not consuming alcohol. There's no intoxication taking place yet. And even if I were to take a sippity whippity, I would still not be breaching terms and conditions. There is no misuse of alcohol happening here. There's only misuse of honey, which is all that matters. So yeah, we've got tons. We've got tons of liquid here. But yeah, glad you're doing good, Sid. Right, I'm gonna check how much water we've got left, cause I really don't wanna like pour in an odd amount of liquid. So please let this be 500 ml. It's not 500 ml, it's 350. That's annoying. So I've only got 1 litre in there. Are you telling me that this entire pitcher only takes like 1.5 litres? I've been cheated. That's what you're going to treat us to when we visit? No, Sid. No. I'll be treating you to some maple wine. Apparently it's authentic 100% Canadian maple wine. Well, not maple wine, maple syrup. We'll see. But right, I'm gonna have to go get some water, actually. Oh, before I do go, there is something else I have to do, which is prepare the yeast. I need to prepare the yeast. It looks light. I mean, it says it's dark, It's just a thin bottle. It's kind of dark. Anyway. I've got the kettle rumbling in the background. You may be able to hear it when I speak. So yeah, it does suggest you can add it directly or rehydrate in 20 to 40 milliliters of water between 35 and 40 degrees for 15 minutes. I don't think I'm going to add it directly. I know we're taking this way too seriously, but if I don't take it seriously, then what fun's going to pass? Like, I'm going to miss out on so many fun things. So yeah, we're just going to chuck it in my HoloLive mug. This is definitely not official merch. I mean, we get darker here. I'll bring you some. Oh, please do, please do. But yeah, I got this mug years ago as a present. It's very fun. All the classic HoloMyth girls. So, as we established, I need to put in somewhere between 1/2 and 1/4 and 1/2 tablespoons. Apologies, I had to sneeze. I did try and sneeze away from everything that I'm working on. Try being the opposite word. So, we need somewhere between 1/2 and 1/4 teaspoon. And considering that we want it more to keep its own high flavor rather than like more complex flavors, I think I'm gonna put in the 1/2, I think. So that's level. I'm just gonna put these in the cap because I feel like it. That's 1. I'm gonna be slightly more aggressive in shaking this one out. That's 2. Right. So now, let me just pour this back in here. Gonna take 20 mils of fresh boiled water. Right here. Maybe a little less. I go with 20 mil. I think I can do 50 mil. That's about 20 mil. If I put it in there, I'll die. Which is bad. So let's pour another couple of mils. Go up to 50. That's probably way too warm. I think I added a bit too much hot water. Let's use my little meat thermometer because I don't have another thermometer. It's got to be the meat thermometer. Well, actually, the glass will cool things down. Holding it in the deepest part. It goes up to about, yeah, just shy of 40. Shy of 40, that's not too bad. Is this going to be a regular meat or short meat? I wish I knew what you were talking about. That should do. So now we can just add our lovely yeast. Look at that lovely yeast powder and nutrient. We just add this in. And we don't want to be aggressive with it. Let's just give it a little swirl. It looks like it's dissolved. It's just kind of clumping there, isn't it? It's all kind of clumpy at the bottom. It's doing something though. Oh wow, I can smell it. Kind of like a musty smell, which, you know, you'd expect. It's yeast. It's giving off all kinds of stuff right now. Right, that yeast can get closed up for now. Yep. Oh yeah, that's working. Right, I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, I shouldn't have mixed that in here. I did mean to put it into here. Whatever. Right, let's just give it a little swirl. Move you out of the way. Give this a little swirl. Pour it in there. Right, we'll give that a little bit of time to just chill. The yeast can do yeasty things, and I'll go get some more water. So bear with. You can sit and watch yeast do yeast things, I suppose. Enjoy. Charming little yeasts. Oh, and hold on. I'll save the water that I've got. Save myself a trip. seeing us have a little trip later. This is fine. Back with you. Although you probably get to hear me chuntering as I walk around. More water required. And in answer to your question, Valana, I assume you're asking about the strength of the meat. I assume it's going to be about 13 degrees. 13% alcohol is the target. Is what we're aiming for. So yeah. Short takes 1 to 5 months to brew, regular over 6 months. I'm giving it 5 days. Well, 5 days to taste it. Right. Let's get this up to another liter, or another half liter rather. There we go. And then we'll just need another 100 ml in that once we're done. So I'm just going to add this into the honey. Not really giving this enough time to do its thing, but whatever. With this, we can get the last of the honey out here with no trouble. Not even a short. We're talking far too short here. Like, concerningly short. Like the kind of height where people start asking for IV. I think it's kind of how short we're talking with this. That's mean. Oh dear. Right, that seems to be dissolving quite handily. Got a little bit more. Oh, I'm dribbling. Oh no. I'm wetting myself. There we go. Right. Oh, why did I take the lid off? I don't need to take the lid off. Oop, hello? Hello? Professional camera? Professional camera work going on here, trust me. Trust. I'm a pro. Been doing this for years. Also, a little bit of yeast is going to be sneaking in there right now, so that's fun. Oh, this is satisfying. We're doing a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of what feels like magic actually. Yeast is not normal stuff. Certainly doesn't seem it. Also, I feel like the volume's a bit higher in this than I expected. It's about right. It's about right. Right, just need another... Oh god, that's way more than expected. Damn, that's way more than expected. Maybe that... I think the honey's just not finished melding with it yet. So I'm going to put in another... This is about 50 ml here with the yeast. So I'm going to just put in another 50 in with this. Make sure I got it right. That's a bit too much. That'll be do. Yeah, getting mildly concerned about the volume. I mean, it'll be fine, right? Just a little bit concerned. Just a little bit concerned about the volume because my understanding is yeast is going to try and froth a bit. I might need to put this in a basin so that it doesn't like completely overflow and, you know, spill out everywhere. I'd kind of rather that didn't happen, to be entirely honest. But it's fine. Right. I'm gonna be lazy. We've only had the yeast in for, I'm gonna say, a couple of minutes. Tell you what. Give it another little bit. I'll give this a bit more of a shaker to try and dissolve some more of that delicious, delicious honey. Because I think it's found its way to the bottom again. Oh yeah, you can see there's a thick, look at that thick layer right there. Hold on, can you even see that layer? Hold on. Yeah, there's like this thick layer right at the bottom. Right here. Where it's just pure honey below this level. So let's give this a bit of a shaker while we can. Get it nice and mixed up. Lovely. Hold this a bit further back, actually. Oh shit, oh dear. It popped out. Had that happen to me before. It's fine. Right. Oh god, it's disconnected. Oh, that's a good sign. Right, this is great. Hold on. Hold on. I'll get you back. If I could press buttons at this angle. Here we go. Right, we're back. All good. Everything is fine. Now, thank you. How are you? There we go. Right, water out the way. We need to get this honey nice and dissolved. Doesn't seem like it wants to very well, but that's fine. Yeah, this is good to do actually anyway, because the yeast is going to need a lot of oxygen to do what it's going to be doing, is my understanding. So we need to aerate it quite well. I think one of the sources I was reading with advice on this, which said something like, yeah, bubble air through everything for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, well, I don't have any way to bubble air through it. But I can do a shaker. I can give it a thorough shaking. So maybe this will do. But besides, we do need to get the honey and the water mixed together quite nicely. How long have we been going anyway? We've been going an hour already? Are you kidding me? Weird. Well, yeah, good news is it's not going to take as much water for making what I'm going to call maple wine. It's going to be about the strength of wine. Right, that's looking quite good. I'm going to keep going. Give that yeast a bit more time to do its thing. This is so dumb. This is so much fun. Oh, I just realized I forgot the lid. I meant to get the lid. You know what? Watch some more yeast for a little while. It's fine. I'm gonna walk with this. I'll walk with this and get the other lid. I think it's on behind the kitchen. Got it. Right there, left. Here we go. Now we've got a lid. Wonderful. Right, let's see if this is starting to settle anymore. I expect there'll be some settling. I hope there's not too much. Always give it a bit more of a shaker if necessary. We've had another light, actually. Another light would be nice. Hold on, I can put a little light off to one side here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty. That's very pretty, actually. Hold on. Get the light behind it. Oh, that's beautiful. We've still got some separation going on at the bottom by the looks of it. But too much. It's looking quite a lot clearer at the bottom than it was earlier. It was quite a lot darker and heavier. And that's just how thin the plastic is here. Like, there's not much in that. We might be about good. Oh, it'll be nice when the bubbles kind of settle out of this. That'll be fun. That'll be very fun. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, that's actually mesmerizing watching the bubbles. The bubbles, my bubbles. So pretty. Right. Do we go for the yeast? Yeast starting to cool down by the feels of it. This looks a wee bit like kind of lumpy porridge. Yeah, it's cooled down quite a bit actually. Right, I'm thinking we just add the yeast now. It's yeast time. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. So, funnel at the ready. Little bit of extra water to wash the yeast in. We don't want to waste any of those precious, precious little bibbies. So it will just be a dribble that we're adding. In we go. Godspeed, little ones. They're doomed. Well, they're doomed one way or another. Either I'm drinking them, or they're going down the sink. You know, they'll have to behave themselves, at least a little. Right, give this a little wash. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, that's it's a bit more volume than I was anticipating, I'm not gonna lie. Right, so we don't want it to be on super tight. So that's it catching there. Let's give it a half turn from here. Leave it like that, let air get in and out. Don't know if you can hear that, but air can get in and out. I'm going to tighten it a bit more first, just to give it a gentle mixing. Just so that the yeast gets nicely mixed through it all. A little bit. Not being too vigorous. Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I kind of wish I'd taken a sip. Well, not a sip, but a little taste just before adding the yeast. That would have been interesting. Right, half turn from here. Lovely. That'll stay on nicely. Air can get in and out. Voila! Give it a couple days. Maybe a bit longer. And this should be a surprisingly large volume of mead. Oh my goodness, this has been fun. This has been very fun. Right, one success down. This has gone, honestly, there's a lot more here than I expected. Like, this is nearly 3 liters of volume. Did I get the calculation wrong somewhere? I may have got the calculation wrong somewhere. Or did I just, like, add way too much liquid in general? I think I did. This is more like 5... oh god, that's 1.6 liters of water. 700 liters... milliliters rather, sorry. Of... sugar. I don't think I originally intended to add all of the honey. So that's why it's more voluminous than expected. I thought I'd have maybe 500 mils in. I've nearly... okay, I got too excited. I added way too much liquid to this. Dear, but okay, as long as it doesn't overflow with froth, we'll call this a win. I'll call that a win, right? I'm gonna have to figure out something to store it in so it, you know, doesn't happen. I'll find a basin or something. Anyway, shall we get on to round 2? So this is the one that I actually watched a video on to give me a lead. The mead one was. So I was thinking to myself, yeah, I want to be able to make some mead. Mead is fun. Mead is cool. I'm totally down for making some mead. Then I got to thinking, and I thought, well, okay, if this works this way for mead, like if all you need is sugar to make mead, really, well, you need honey to make mead, sure. But like, if all you need is sugar, then like, surely anything else with sugar in it is kind of fair game. So I did get thinking, and that's what led me to think, okay, maybe I can make a brew out of maple syrup. And I did also think, ooh, maybe I can make something out of agave nectar. Maybe I can make like a precursor to tequila. I actually don't mind tequila. It's been a long time since I've had tequila, but I don't mind it. But yeah, we can make something with maple syrup, I think. Little maple brew. So yeah, let's get the whiteboard out. We're doing more maths. Hold on, I need to move everything out of the way because, man, a bunch of rubbish has accrued over here. Right. Calculation time. So we're still doing sugar to ethanol. Is exactly the same. We know that 100 grams of sugar will make 48 grams of ethanol. 21 grams makes 10 milliliters. 1% alcohol by volume. Roughly speaking, we're aiming for 13%, which is the limit of how much we get for yeast. We still need 273 grams of sugar per liter to get 13%. But we're not making it with honey this time. We're not making it with honey. We're not making it with pure sugar either. So we're doing the calculation again. I hope you enjoy this, because I do. But we'll do it quicker this time because half the calculations have been done for us already. You know, ignoring the fact that I'd totally done the calculations like 2-3 times before the stream, both last weekend and just like on the train home today. I know the numbers. Well, I know some of the numbers. Right. You enjoy your lurk, Villana. Thank you for dropping by. You take it easy. Have a good one. Also, yeah, running away from the maths. The maths isn't that bad. Come on. Right, so we're not doing sugar. We're using maple syrup. So, let's have a little look at this. So what's interesting about this one is, we don't actually have the maths. What we've got here, we know we've got 250 milliliters of maple syrup. And I do love that half the people watching this have just left when I said we were doing maths. Typical. If you're lurking, I know you're there. I'm judging you. So yeah, we have we only have the volume, the milliliters. But it is also being nice to us actually, because we've got in the nutrition information, it's kind of hard to see, but it does tell us per 100 milliliters how much sugar there is. So that's going to make the calculation quite a bit simpler. And strangely enough, there's more sugar in the maple syrup per 100 ml than there was in honey. So that's really interesting. So, let's see. There is... Yeah, we don't know the volume is the trick. Because it's by volume, but we can work that. So, we'll come back to the ratio that we need, but it's fine. So we know that there are 82 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters. There are 250 milliliters in the bottle, which suggests that's 82 times 5 halves, which is 164 plus 41, which is 205. 205 grams of sugar. We know for a fact there's 205 grams of sugar, which is helpful, but I don't know the volume. Volume doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter that much, but I want to do the volume anyway because the volume calculation, I don't know, I just like it. So for that, we're going to need the specific mass of maple syrup, FMMS, which is lower than sugar, so it's 1.3187. 1.3187, yes, is the specific mass. So it's 31.9% more dense than water is. If we've got 250, wait, we know the volume. What am I doing? We've got 250 milliliters. I don't need to do this. What am I thinking? I literally don't need to do this. It tells me how much there is. Yeah, I was gonna work out the freaking volume or something. I don't need to. I know how much volume there is. I know what the volume is. What am I doing? Yeah, this is unnecessary. Ignore me. Ignore me. So yeah, sadly, we don't get to do more maths. I'm disappointed now. I'm actually really disappointed by that. Anyway, we've got the volume. We know how much sugar there is. Considering we've got 205 grams of sugar, 205 grams of sugar, we want to get 13% volume. It's 273 is 13%. That's per litre. So let's do a nice little equation here. 205 divided by 273 is not times, is fine, equals the same ratio as some volume over 1 litre. We don't even need to rearrange this, which is very handy. 205, let's bring the calculator back. There we go. 205 divided by 273 is 75.1, or rather 271 milliliters. So 200. No, what the frick am I doing? 200. Where the hell did 200 come from? Probably over here somewhere. Anyway, 0.7509 liters, which is the total volume that we want. So in total, we're only going to be able to make 750 milliliters of this. It's a bit of a shame, actually. That's about as much as you'd get out of a regular bottle of wine. That's not that bad. That's not that bad at all, actually. Regular bottle of wine's like 70 centiliters, so this is not bad. We're getting a bottle of wine out of 1 bottle of maple syrup. That's not too bad. Yeah, because litre is a volume. Litre is a volume. Yes. So we know that we've got 250 milliliters of maple syrup, which means the volume of water has got to be. Oh, you can't see it. Come back. Thank you. So the volume of water has to be 0.7509 minus 0.25, which is off the side of the screen. Well done, Mel. 0.5009 liters, which let's call it 0.501 or 501 milliliters. So we need 500 mils of water. Only 500 mils of water. Craziness. Craziness, I say. Craziness. Right. So that tells me what I need to do there. One more thing that I do need to figure out, though, is how much yeast to put in. So, once again, yeast calculation. Where's my tub of yeast? Where's my... it's behind the water. I'll grab that. So yeah, once again, we want 2 to 4 grams per 4.5 liters. We're not doing 4.5 liters. We are doing 0.7, call it 0.575 liters. That's how much we're doing. We don't know how much is there. So, fun thing is we can actually reduce this quite significantly, which is kind of handy. So x over 2 to 4 is going to be equal to 0.75 over 4.5. But this is actually a ratio. It's 1 over 6, which is very handy because 2 is 1.5, 4 is 3, 6 is 4.5. So it's just 1 over 6. So for this, we want x is equal to somewhere between 2 and 4 over 6, which is 1/3 to 2/3 a teaspoon, which is slightly tricky to get when we're only working in quarter teaspoons, but still, this is fine. So that's how much yeast we want to add. And this time, before I go adding that, I suppose I could do, I'm going to go to the higher amount anyway, so I'm probably going to do like a half teaspoon, and then like half a quarter teaspoon, which is like an 1/8, which is 5/8, which is close. Yeah, that's kind of close to 2/3, which will work. So yeah, this time, let's click my kettle back on. Let's get this at the ready. So we want to measure out 250 ml of water first. We're being quite precise about volumes this time. 250 ml. The maths is done now, by the way. You can come back. Also, TVPG, good to see you, TV. Thank you so much for 53 months. So generous of as ever. To alcohol, cause of and solution to all of life's problems. So true, so true. Right, we're going to be using a very oversized bottle for this, so this is going to be fun. But first off, I'm going to add a little splash of this in here, just enough to get it kind of going. A little more. That's too much. And some water from my kettle. My kettle is awful. Splishy, splishy. Definitely added more cold than hot this time. Temperature going up. We want it to be somewhere between 35 and 40, and that looks like a nice, very nice 37 degrees. Perfect. I judged that perfectly. Wonderful. Right. So we need more yeast. So we'll go for a half teaspoon and then half of a quarter. So by which I'm going to go for 2 quarters, nice and level. So that's 1, then 2, 2 quarter, and we'll go for roughly a half a teaspoon here. That's about right. A little less, that should be fine. That's too much though, isn't it? 5/8. Another 12%. Oh, that's fine. Wonderful. So that is all the yeast that I'm going to need for this one. Which is very good. Very good indeed. Let's just make sure this gets nice and swirly. Give it a little stir help. Come on, yeasties, get yeasting. You've got a job to do. You've got to get me drunk. To not get in trouble from Twitch. I'm not actually planning on getting drunk on it. I just want to see if this works. Although, we will be doing a tasting stream. Probably a week on Saturday. I'll give it to that long, and then we'll do a little tasting stream. Do expect, by the way, let me just shout my own Discord out. Blatant self-promotion. Among all the rest of the garbage memes that I end up posting in there, expect me to be posting little updates on how this is going. Like I'll take little pictures of how things are going over the next couple of days or so. If there's any dramatic changes, I'll show you. It'll be very fun. There isn't one. Nightbot, you liar. You absolute liar, Nightbot. Oh, Nightbot, you're useless. Right, it's fine. Okay, so let's get this bottle set up, and yeah, I think the poor mead is going to be feeling a little bit inadequate. Or rather, no, tell a lie. The maple is going to be feeling a little inadequate next to the mead, because yeah, the mead needs the whole 3-litre bottle. This one won't. This one isn't even gonna fill up 1 liter. It's gonna be terrible. I just deleted that command for you. Thank you. Right. Let's crack open this maple syrup. We'll give it a little taste test. We'll see how things are. Oh, the seal's cracking. That's concerning. Well, it's not cracking. It's like honestly, it's literally the same provider. It's the same brand of honey and maple syrup here. And yet, the honey was easy to get off, and the maple syrup's being an absolute nightmare. Like it's just peeled the paper layer, but it's left the metal layer. My god. I don't want metal bits in my freaking maple deliciousness. I don't. Right, okay. Let's avoid getting fabric in there as well. Put the lid on. And then let's give this a little taste test while we're here. Oh, look at it's so wide and open. Look at that. So wide. Gaping open. Right, we'll just do this then. Not sure about that actually. I've had better maple syrup. Like it's like sorry, I just had to do a Spider-Man and fully lick my fingers. Seal? No, seal. The little seal you've got to peel off to get into it. It's just tastes like a little bit like candy apple. Actually, funnily enough. A little bit like candy apple. Still. Is this right? This is 250 ml. Did I get the calculation right? Did I? Alright, whatever. Yeah, let's just go for it. Yeah, it doesn't taste as good. Oh god. It's kind of runny. It's much runnier than honey is, which, you know, makes sense. Doesn't have quite the same strength of surface tension. But no, I actually had someone I knew went on a trip to Canada. This is a good long while ago, by the way. And they actually brought me back like a proper bottle, proper Canadian maple syrup, and it was so tasty. It was so tasty. But very sadly, yeah, of course, that all went into stir fries. Funnily enough. Right, let's have a little look at this maple syrup. So it has done a bit of. Oh god, there's maple syrup running all the way down. Let me just get this. Where were they during 2011, 2012? Here. They didn't live in Canada. They didn't live in Canada. They just went on a trip. Actually, tell a lie. Did they even go on a trip? I think they did. Something that makes sense. Likely story. Well, 2011, 2012. Because this person was the year below me in school. They weren't at my school, but they were a year younger than me. So they would have been in school 2011, 2012. I don't know. If you think I'm being sus, drop a name. I'll tell you whether I recognize it. Oh dear. Is this it? Are we getting deep lore? On why TV's hung around so long? Because you think that I might know someone the TV knows? Is that what's going on? Maybe what's going on here. Now I'm joking about the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist. Why do I feel like I've heard about that? Why does that feel like something I've heard of? I've probably heard about it. I like my YouTube. Right, what I'm doing is I'm just filling out the last of the 250 mils that we're going to need to top this off. There we go. Now, I have heard of the Boston molasses disaster. Right. Yeah, it's added. It was a theft of 3,000 tons of maple syrup, worth 25 million Canadian dollars in 2015. So that's like 100,000 American dollars, right? Actually, no, that's not true. Used to be true. It's no longer true. See, that was a good joke in the 90s. Less of a good joke these days. Even less of a good joke as it goes on. I've done this slightly wrong. I meant to swill out the last of the maple from this, but that's okay. Just splashing a little dribble. Get the last bit out. I'm sure there's going to be some evaporation. This is fine. Infinity! Good to see you, Infinity! Welcome, Raiders. Hopefully we're doing fantastically well today. What were you up to? What were you doing? You're playing some of The Last of Us Part 1. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Not a game I've played myself, but I've seen playthroughs of it. Very fun, very fun. Hopefully you had a lovely time. Yeah, good to see you, Infinity. For those unfamiliar, I'm Melanie. I'm living up to my reputation today. We're doing some mad science, so we are. We are making alcohol, is what we are doing. I have got here, well, what's in this bottle right here? This is going to be maple wine. I mean, it's not quite done yet. I've still got to add, well, I've got to give it a shake first. And I need to add the whatever it's called. I need to add the yeast as well. Not the first time you've played, but the first time on stream. Oh, very good. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Absolutely, though, I know it's usually pretty late for you when you raid me, so if you need to get some food, water, sleep, sleep's very important, please do so. But yes, I'm making... This is going to be maple wine. It's going to be this. And we've also got this, which is going to be quite a bit more mead than I anticipated making. This is going to be a lot of mead. It's going to be fun. Did I get the numbers wrong? No, I didn't get the numbers wrong. It's fine. Especially when I'm recovering from the sickness. Oh no! I hope you get well soon. Rest well, Infinity. Be good to yourself. Important to do that. That goes for everybody else joining us and the people who are already watching. You need to get some food, water, sleep, whatever. Please do. Slimy coughs until slime comes out. That's not good to hear. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, you take care, Infinity. That's kind of funny. Something does seem to be going around. Because yesterday, I was out most of the day. I was completely zonked. Like, from when I woke up till, like, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon, I was just completely, like, my nose was running, my eyes were leaking. I was just very unpleasant. But, like, by the time I got home, I was completely fine. Which is weird. But still. Anyway, I hope you do get better. I hope you take care. Infinity, be good to yourself. Drink more water than alcohol. At the rate I'm going, I'm going to have to drink a lot of alcohol or this is all going to go off. Still, yeah, take care. Good night, rest well. But yeah, this is going to be fun. Or rather, this has been fun. This has been really fun, actually. My fingers are so sticky, this is bad. But yeah, so once we've properly aerated this, we'll just add the yeast and then this will be all good to go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There's little bits of the bottle's wrapper that I didn't manage to get rid of properly. Well done, Mel. But yeah, I think this is a case of you versus the bottle she tells you not to worry about. Very slightly. There's a slight difference here. One's considerably more voluminous than the other. But still, happy with both of them. Very happy with both of them. I'm looking forward to trying them, actually. Right. I think it's time to add the yeast. Let's just give it another little swirly swirl very quickly. A little bit cloudy. We're probably going to kick it up a little bit. That's something that we will have to do, actually. I'm going to have to make sure to unsettle them a bit. Because I do hear that when you're doing something that's very sweet, very high fructose, the yeast kind of does struggle a little bit with staying active. So either I might have to add some more yeast, or I might have to take my bottles for a walk. By which I mean just roll them around a little bit. A little splash of water in here, just to catch the last of it, not the last of us. That's good. A little dribble more. And oh wow, the yeast is, so there's a lot of bubbling going on in this bottle actually. Look at that. There is. I wonder if the yeast is going to be more active in the mead or the maple syrup. What do you think, actually? Does anyone have any... Oops. Does anyone have any guesses as to whether the... Which of these alcohols is going to go down better, do you think? Unfortunately, I don't have anything to like measure alcohol content. I'm literally just going to be comparing it more or less by taste. Right, 1.5 turn. That should do it. On but not tight, air can get in. Give it a gentle little swirl to get some layers going. Oh, that's completely different than the mead. Look at this. Hold on. Look at that. So this is going to be where the yeast is at. I'm gonna tighten and do a little slosh. Very gentle slosh, but a little slosh just to disturb the layer slightly. A little bit. There we go. Right. Yeah, you can see there's a little couple of yeast grains floating around in there a little bit. A little bit. Right. So let's open this up because I don't fancy there being an explosion in my house. Catching, 1/2 turn. No loose. Not gonna come off. Lovely. Okay. That's very fun then. Right. So, how long have I been at this? A little over 2 hours. And by my estimate, I'd say I've got about 3.5 litres of what's going to become mead and maple wine. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more than that, actually, judging by it. Because like that does not look like 1 litre to me. Not 1 litre. That is like a litre. That's like a 2nd litre, and then that's probably 3rd. Still. Anyway, very happy about this. Do we have oak barrels to age it in? Of course not. What do you take me for? I don't have oak barrels. Dear me. No, unfortunately, no oak barrels. But I am very proud of this. This is great. Very, very happy about where we're sitting with these. Just testing these caps. Yes, they're both loose. Lovely. This one's definitely going to have to find a little basin to fit in. I'll have to think about that. So my plan is, these are going to be resting quite comfortably in my server room, which is right behind me right now. Like literally right behind where I'm sitting right now. That knocking, that's the wall of the server room. So they're going to be sitting in there. Temperature in there is quite consistent. I'm going to do a test just now. Quite consistently, temperature in here is like 19 degrees Celsius. Yep, we're currently sitting at 19.8 degrees Celsius, which is pretty much ideal, actually. So that's a really nice temperature to let these rest at. Just it's small enclosed space, walls on all sides, and there's like a couple of computers just running away in the background there as well. It's going to be perfect for keeping it at just a nice stable temperature, roughly 20 degrees, and that will just let the yeast do what the yeast does best. So yeah, that's what they're going to be doing from the end of this stream onwards. That's going to be good. Feeling very happy about my life. Looking forward to, as I said, roughly next weekend. What I'll do is I'll make a little point. Well, I'll make a little point of giving you little updates on these. I will put posts in the Discord about what's going on with them, how they're looking, whether there's been any incidents, which I almost expect there will be. And then, of course, we will do a taste test as well. We'll do a little taste test of them at the weekend, next weekend, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. This has been really fun, actually. Just like being able to, well, I didn't need to do the maths on stream, and to be honest, I took things way more seriously than I needed to. But it was fun. I'm gonna have fun with it. Like if I have a way to have fun with this, turn this into some kind of a game, a joke, or whatever, then I'm gonna do it. And also, it's just so cool. It's just cool. I can just make alcohol at home. If this turns out going terribly, like if this is awful, then it's fine. What have I really lost? Like a couple of liters of water, which is free. Pack of honey. Like I did mean to actually make note of how much the ingredients actually cost. I do have the receipt for the yeast. I think it was that expensive actually. It was like £4 or something like that for that much yeast. The maple syrup was like £2-3. The honey was like £2-3 or something. It's pretty cheap. Like it's not expensive, and these are literally just drinks bottles that I got last time I had a food order. And yeah, just clean them out, rinse them with hot water, after washing them properly, of course. And yeah, now I'm gonna get some alcohol out of this in some way, shape, or form. And maybe it'll even taste good, who knows? But right, we're not quite gonna call things here. Well, we may be calling things soon. I'm gonna leave these out just now, but I am gonna be a bit careful about them because we're gonna have a little bonus at the end. Now that I've actually done all the food stuff, I can actually do something which is very much not food related. You get a little bonus stream at the tail end of this. We're not going to be having anything to do with food with what I'm about to show you all. I'm going to quickly wash my hands so that's okay. This is not a full stream segment, so to speak, but call it a teaser for another project that I'm currently working on. I mean, I say teaser, I'm literally just going to show you exactly what it is that I've got. Totally fine. So yeah, if you've been on my Discord in the last little while, you'll know that this isn't the only little project I've been working on. Like, this idea, all this, has just been something that I've been thinking about for the last, literally not even a week. I think I woke up on, like, Saturday morning, browsed YouTube, and was like, someone made mead? I want to do that. But yeah, this isn't the only project I'm going to be working on. If you've been on my Discord, you'll see me tweeting, messaging about something entirely